Hey guys, so I've had a crazy week. I've been trying to make a video every single time. It's been interrupted. I was trying to make this 10 minutes ago and it got interrupted. So no matter what, I will finish this one. And I just wanted to show y'all Bailey. Look at how, stop moving, stop fussing. Look how big my cat is. You can't even fit her in the screen. She's freaking out right now. And I'm going to show you why. Just one second. Alright, so this is Thumbelina, my little foster kitten, and Bailey hates her. Bailey hisses and runs away. I don't know what to do, but look, she's just the cutest. She's pouting. She's the cutest little baby. Got her Saturday, I'll tell you about that, but my week has basically been characterized and molded a lot by borderline personality disorder. And I know, like, not everyone that watches my channel has it. Like, some people just watch, like, because they self-injure or they're just bored, I guess. So, the definition of BPD is and this is from medterms.com, so if it's not perfect, like, don't get mad at me. It says, a serious mental illness characterized by pervasive instability in moods, interpersonal relationships, self-image, and behavior. People with borderline personality disorder suffer from a disorder of emotional regulation. While less known than schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, BPD is more common, affecting 2% of adults, mostly young women. There is a high rate of self-injury without suicide intent, as well as a significant rate of suicide attempts and completed suicide in severe cases. While a person with depression or bipolar disorder typically endures the same mood for weeks, a person with BPD may experience intense bouts of anger, depression, anxiety that may only last for hours or at most a day. These may be associated with episodes of impulsive aggression, self-injury, drug or alcohol abuse. Distortions in cognition and sense of self can lead to frequent changes in long-term goals, career plans, jobs, friendships, and values. Sometimes people with BPD view themselves as fundamentally bad or unworthy. They may feel unfairly mistreated or misunderstood, bored, empty, and have little idea who they are. Such symptoms are most acute when people with BPD feel isolated and lacking in social support and may result in frantic efforts to avoid being alone. So, for those of you that don't know, I was diagnosed like January, February-ish 2010. I was in an Army psych ward. I joined the Army and my recruiter didn't tell me I had to get off meds, so I just cold turkeyed them like a week before so it wouldn't show up the drug test. And I was having withdrawals. I was puking, I was shaking, I was having anxiety attacks like crazy because I've never been used to people yelling at me like that, and I thought I could take it, and I could at the time until I found out I couldn't have my meds. If my recruiter told me that, I would have been like, okay, I like the Army, but it's not for me. Instead of having to go there, get put in a psych ward for 3.5 months, okay? And this was not like a little fun psych ward. This was the Army psych ward. We had cameras on us that monitored everything we did. We had speakers in the room. We couldn't talk about anything private. We had cameras in our bedroom. We had one person had this. The rooms were like big that you slept in, right? And there was 6 beds per room. And there was like a girl's room and a boy's room. That's all there was. And one person would sit in there and just watch you sleep every night. And I don't know why, but it creeped me out to the max, so I barely slept. They were just giving me pills left and right when they didn't even know what was wrong, but then they kept seeing patterns, you know, so then they diagnosed me with borderline personality disorder, anxiety disorder, and depression. So that's where I got my diagnosis is from. But I'd already been diagnosed with anxiety and depression before, but no one had actually like really paid attention and like followed me, because I was like an ant in there. It was so horrible. And the worst thing was, you're on camera 24/7, okay? And you're just on one floor the whole 3.5 months. I went crazy. I did so many bad things, and they were all caught on camera. Like, no matter what I did, I was wrong. It was a horrible time of my life. But they had great food. Cannot complain about the food. And there was actually only one person out of like the staff of 10 that I felt comfortable talking to. And well, I'm not even gonna go into that right now. Anyway, Saturday, Joey had to go work in an RV and needed to come home to get me to work by 10:30. So he made a huge deal that he needed my cell phone for an alarm so that he'd come here on time. Well, it's 10 o'clock and I tell myself he'll be here any moment, everything's alright. 10:20, it just rolls around and I'm thinking, okay, he's just gonna be a couple minutes late, you know, he drives fast, works 10 minutes away, it'll be okay. 10:25 is when I absolutely lost it. I was freaking out. I was like pacing around the house, but it was more like running. I was having an anxiety attack. I was crying. I was shaking. Oh my gosh, just like telling myself the whole time, this is what you get for trusting somebody. You put your trust in someone, they let you down. I was thinking, how could he forget me? Am I that unimportant? We've been together 2.5 years. Like, why would he do this to me? I was just freaking out. So he gets here at 10:35 and he tells me, I thought you had to be at work at 11. So oh man, I yelled at him so much, and then I took my phone and I had to call work, and my boss was like, so you're not coming in today at 10:30 and you're calling me telling me this at 10:35. And you know, what am I supposed to say? I said I didn't have my phone. He did not care. He yelled at me, telling me, like, you know, there's a stack of 100 applications in the back, which I've seen, and you're so lucky to have this job, why would you do that, blah 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 blah, this is going to be on your record. So, oh man, I couldn't stop freaking out, pretty much. I locked myself in the bathroom, and Joey was trying to say, like, I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, give me 10 minutes, just leave me alone, because, you know, you get such intense bouts of angers, and in 10 minutes or even a day or whatever, it goes right away, okay? But he would not give me my 10 minutes. So instead of things calming down, it escalated. I said the meanest things I think I've ever said to a person. I don't know why he's still talking to me. He left like 10 minutes later and went to go buy a phone at AT&T. Like, he was that sorry. He felt really bad. Just one second, I gotta... Okay, so when I was in the bathroom, I did something I never, ever in a million years thought I would do. I cut myself on the leg. I first saw it in an episode of Intervention. It was some girl who was like drinking, and she took a razor blade and she just sliced her whole leg down, and I always thought, oh my gosh, who would do that? Like, who could be that bad? And Saturday, I was that bad. Like, let's face it, my arms are out of real estate, okay? And I always get looks, and it's getting a little cooler. I'm wearing some jeans, and that episode that I haven't seen in like 2 or 3 years just popped in my head, and I couldn't not do it. I was that upset. I couldn't even think of any coping mechanisms. I just felt like the worst thing in the world. And so later, Joey's like, okay, you need to smoke, you need to calm down. So we went to Titletown to get some weed, and I didn't want to go at all. Like, I didn't even want to see anyone. I wanted to be unsocial, but I went because I needed to smoke. And his sister happens to live next to the guy's house that we went to, so we went to go visit her. And her cat